first and foremost, not too crazy of a question, but something that's important. A person who's influenced you along the way here with your 11 years of being in the cycling world.
So part of my story is I've moved around for a bit. So I was born in Jersey, spent some months in Virginia, Miami, spent a few years in Jamaica, spent a few years in Honduras, and I came back to Florida. During the time in Jamaica, I remember vividly because I had just come back from Miami. So the schooling system is completely different. So there's always that discussion on how do we transfer what we've learned, what we do, and get Chris in the right place. So my neighbor, Mr. DeSulme, made a few phone calls, and next thing I know I'm exactly where I needed to be. So there was no lapse in the transfer but he was always that person, whether it was back in the 6th grade all the way to when I was in college. He was always always checking in on you. And the reason why this all ties together, we lost him to pancreatic cancer about maybe 8 years ago. My timeline might be off there. But I remember it was that discussion on why is it that I want to do DCC. So if there's someone I'm going to do it for, it's for Mr. D, right? And so I shared it with his family. They were the big support. And every year, his name's always on my jersey. So if there's someone that started this process full circle, it would really be Mr. D.
Mr. D. Mr. D. All right. I'm going to be thinking of Mr. D as I'm out there. And I appreciate you sharing that. I think when you're telling that story, what transcends to me is that he has rubbed off on you big time. Like you are that person that checks in on us, and you always just give this, how's it going? But it's a little bit more like, how are you really? How are you really? It's not like a superficial, how's it going? So I think Mr. D that, and I will be thinking of him, and thank you for sharing that with us.